In the silence, I've been searching for my heartbeat, to feel it, to set the intention. Open the senses. Just to notice how long I can put my attention on my awareness. And I find it amazingly difficult. And then I remembered how I felt it yesterday. I remember where running through my back and a pounding in my head. And when I remembered that sensation, I felt it again. I found the heartbeat again. For a few seconds. Two young fish were swimming together, and they passed a bigger, older, wiser fish. This older fish asked the younger fish, "Boys, how's the water?" Swims by as he was swimming by. The young fish looked at the other one and said, "What's he talking about? What's water?" Maybe our emotions, senses, all five of them, creates our water, creates what we see and what we don't see. Like the heartbeat, it's always there. Sensing the tension. It's the force between it. It's the revealing how words trigger us. It's just like feeling our heartbeat. usually just for a quick second, as it comes into our awareness. We just open up that split second and pause it, review it, notice, honor. So for the day in front of you, first word today, notice what comes right after the word, right after you hear it. Notice this anticipation, anticipating which word. You're focused to the word opportunity. Today's opportunity. What could they be? The seeds for opportunities are possibilities. So plant the possibilities. Find your heartbeat again. How could you honor your heartbeat? That is the meaning of the word honor to you. To honor the planted possibilities.
Good morning, Sindrell.
Good morning, beautiful souls.
Good morning, Sindrell.
Good morning, Craig.
Good morning, Sindrell.
Allison, good morning. Good morning.
You've just had the most beautiful meditation on the heartbeat and coherence and opportunity and embrace and possibility. And then two other words came up was for me was resonance and confluence, which I had the other day.
Resonance, confluence.
Jessie led us through the awareness of our heartbeats.
Wow, that sounds like a beautiful journey. Okay, so who brought souvenirs back? Who's got souvenirs to share?
That's a lovely way of putting it.
Good morning, Sindrell.
Hey, Jessie.
Well, what I was noticing was the very similar to when we ask, what do I want? There's an answer waiting to be discovered. Sometimes they come easy, just like finding the heartbeat. Sometimes it doesn't. Just like the heartbeat. But I know the heartbeat's there, and I know the answer to the questions somewhere. Just not be, it might not be right now. Just like the heartbeat. I know it's there. I just don't feel it yet. And that one is to be honest with myself in the awareness. I know it's there. I can't sense it. I can't pick it up as I scan my body. I can't pick it up. And if I put pressure on myself to find it, I'm not going to. It's such an awareness, a practice of being in the moment. And it's the same and significantly different when we want to listen to our heart speak, like tell us words, tell us insights, give us direction, guidance. That's much more complicated than just a heartbeat.
Or is it really? Or do we complicate it?
Say babies can do it. And say it's where we started. So I would agree, Craig.
Heinz, did you bring a little trinket back from your meditation? What are you holding close to your heart?
Oh, my ego is having a blast today. And it has nothing to do with me. Just got a letter from the social office about my son, and whoa, it's way out in the future somewhere, my ego. Whoa.
Is your heart beating?
I don't even think I can notice it if I try. Way too many things on the mind going on. And for someone who barely thinks, usually it's actually hard work.
Yeah. I see your, when kids have to line up and the teacher says you're the line leader, but everybody gets confused with who is being pointed at as the line leader. Your ego is going, no, I'm first. And your heart is going, I'm first. No, 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 it couldn't be. Not today. Not today. I'm leading the line. And all those other events. You've got a very rambunctious classroom going on there.
Yep.
Everybody's smiling now. A few of them are not sure they want to smile, but everybody is smiling. Well, I'm glad you're here in school.
Yep, me too. It's the most calm I've been today. It's being here, but still the mind is going. Are you sure you don't want to do something about that, that? Oh, stop it.
Did I just hear bugles?
No, I think it's trumpets more. Get ready
Yeah,
for war.
yeah, that's it. That's it. That is it. Trumpets. All these announcements going on. Phew.
Yeah, I've gotten used to the calm and everything, but as soon as it has something to do with my children or anything, boom, my mind just takes off.
Mm.
Oh, you have on your hero cape. The pride of parenthood.
Yep, and I never got to be a parent for him, but now he's about to turn 18 and something they want to do and blah, 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 and I have to figure out what do I want to do about that?
Mm.
What's in my son? I do agree with that he should stay where he is and everything, but I also want to make sure he has a regular income.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Follow your heart or follow the finances. What should I do? Being a grown-up has so much responsibility. What will a parent put on you? Mm.
Yeah,
And yet we say follow your heart and everything will be fulfilled. Except when you need food, clothing, and shelter. Which way will be your will? So what is the heart saying? Can't hear it too strong to know. Got all these responsibilities to meet. And at the end, our soul finds out it's not so.
I had the idea of doing what they taught me to do. Let them
Mm.
let them pay for his finances. It's Denmark, so there are a lot of rules where I can actually push them into it. They wrote the perfect papers for me to use against them. But it's been a long while since I've been fighting the system, so just gotta figure out, do I actively want to go into that fight or will I just give them a suggestion?
Mm.
And I think the suggestion would be the best thing, and then suggest the same thing to the foster family. So leave the fight to her.
Yeah. Well, I just offer a suggestion to put out a wave of collaboration, cooperation. If there's money and finances out there, it's looking to go to work somewhere.
Yep.
So I pray your heartbeat resonates and it finds the right trumpet sound and comes on behalf of your son.
Was what I came to, but I'm still thinking, what if that damn ego, it can't just shut up and say, hey, great choice, let's do that.
Yeah.
But when you haven't used it for, yeah, what? I barely think, like I say, so I haven't used my mind in a long while, and then suddenly it gets a chance to go active. Oh my God, it's like letting out the lions.
Mm-hmm.
But like I figured out, they've closed now, so nothing I can do about it until tomorrow. So go back in your cage and shut up.
And so I had a client once that she had a lot of anxiety, but she was very, very, very spunky. And she said to me in the first session, she said, if I could have a business thought for every anxious thought that comes my way, I would be a billionaire by now.
Yeah, but she wouldn't be happy, probably.
Sorry, say that again.
She wouldn't probably be happy then with all those businesses to put her mind on then.
I don't know with her. I think she could be.
But isn't that opportunity?
Yep.
Totally. But it
Every
was
single one
so,
of those is opportunity.
yeah. But I mean, what I found amazing, Craig, was is that even though she was so anxious, she could observe it and she could immediately, you know, make fun of it, but also be clear about what would be nice to replace them with.
Allison, what was your experience like meditating, answering, what do I want?
Well, I just became very aware again of the space that we build. And it was like traveling deeply inside of my body. And at the same time, going quite far beyond the body. I think that sums it up for me.
Mm. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for the question. I love the term souvenir.
Mhm. Mhm. Craig, did you find something that you hadn't found before? Did you bring a souvenir back to remind you today who you are and how to live and how you truly want to be? Not just want to be, how you truly are.
Yeah, I've been in kind of a liminal space the last few days where nothing has landed solidly. But there's a lot of potential in that space. So I'm holding out for it.
Mm.
That little thing that you did with me a few days ago was really, I'm still unpacking that actually.
Mm. I recognize it's a state of reverence to be had for the unpacking. That's a space not measured by time or boxes. So, Jesse, you're the engineer, you're the conductor, who led the traveling of this group. Do you bring back souvenirs? What did you bring back?
Awareness, the layers that I've put around, on top of the expectations, that are the layers. Like, oh, it looks this way. I need it to be here. And so the practice between the ego, thinking mind, the body's automatic reactions, and the capital T truth of my heart. And pulling apart, analyzing, and just being aware of what is true. The tension is really what I'm putting my focus on, my awareness into, is the tension, the information in the tension. Sitting in the tension, allowing the information to flow. And when I'm out of balance with that, when I don't know, when I can't hear, so in embracing what is. That's the souvenir I bring back today. I look at the possibilities planted, growing into the opportunities, embracing the coherence, even if it doesn't appear to be coherent, honoring that, honoring the tension, the difference, the similarities, the resonance, the flow, and the resistance. All just information. Nothing personal. Nothing to avoid. and all to go for.
Mm.
So embrace is the souvenir that I bring back with me, my dear Syndrome. To embrace what is, what could be,
Mm.
and for you,
I've collected all of these souvenirs, and there's special parts of all of you. They come from perspectives of the things that are right now on your journey. That's true.
yes,
Whether it be the ego or the trumpet played on the highest mountain, or the soliloquy of events unfolding, feeling something so subtle, and it be the most significant trinket to hold on to bring something out of the unlimited universe and bring it into this dimension, and just have faith, but more knowingness. That is what we bring into this dimension, and cultivate it and know that it actually can thrive and live, because that's where we put our attention. So thank you for all the souvenirs that even I didn't go there with you, I still got to experience. There were triggers going off in my body. It's like, well, where is the heart? Where is the beat? And just to know that it could be somewhere else, not just in the heart. I was seeing like one of those beach detectors, metal detectors, seeking where is the heart. Where is the heart? And I even felt some of the anxiety of starting 1,000 businesses at one time. And some people actually function better doing 1,000 things, but that's not what's on my mind. Enjoying one trinket at a time to expose me, and for me to explore me, to know what do I want. And then answering that, what do I want in such a sacred space as this, is living for these moments on that leading edge. And because I could conceive it, I could actually grasp it and live it. And as true as it is in what we call the imagination that lives and thrives at the heartbeat of the heart, that I can bring it back to this realm of reality and live it fresh day in this new start. So we're all heart-centered creators. So it sounds like an exercise of truth, of how we live as true creators and bring back to this reality and spread it out and make sure those things that are not significant become mute. Because this is living from the heart and feeling that beat. That's just the start. And as we come and practice this, we find out it's an art. So thank you for all the souvenirs that reminds me who I am before I became indoctrinated. Greater things shall ye do, but how do you do? In this exercise, I found that out again anew. I was closing my eyes and thinking, what do I want? And I imagined scenes and I felt my heart. So this is what living is. And with the energy that resonated, it's not just hoping or planning or wondering or some imagination that we disconnect from as we handle our chores and do whatever works we work today. But it's carrying that souvenir with me. So all day I can create in the spirit of play that's more significant than the work that I get paid for along the way. So thank you for my souvenirs, reminders as I go that everything you created in your heart, when I think of you, even yours will grow. Heart-centered work. Really so important that we do this. We are creating more vibrations, more stimulations, more expansion of spirit and being, that we don't have to wait for the miracle. Each one of us is the miracle.
Morning, Pascal.
Thank you, Sindrell.
Mm.
Yeah, thank you, Sindra. Like I came in the right time.
Yeah.
As always.
As always, you got pumped right in.
Mhm.
Morning, Pascal.
Good morning.
Morning, Pascal.
Mm,
Morning, Jesse. Good morning, everyone.
good morning, sunshine. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Mm.
Yeah, life is a remembering process. We have to deconstruct before we can build ourselves back up.
Mhm.
It's interesting to me because like I always thought like, oh, I have to get better and better and better and better. But if I don't let go these patterns, these beliefs, or misbelief, then I'm just building on the old. And it's not sustainable.
That's so true. So I test that hypothesis as if it is an hypothesis, although we already know it's true. But how can you experience a new love when you're basing it on everything old?
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole concept of better is just a limiting belief. The old energy has a real twisted view of what constitutes advancement.
And like in the old love, only taking the pieces that you'd want to hold on to,
Yeah, yeah.
which can be done anew, but not holding on to the old and admitting it's like, oh, I don't want that piece of it. But it's still just looking back rather than saying, no, that's the new love.
Yeah, and whichever word you want to use, like that advancement or progress or success or um,
Relationships, everything.
yeah, what does RJ call them? Enlightened masters or whatever. I'm just coming to realize that all that stuff is bogus.
What's all that stuff? What does that mean? So I have context.
Well, that whole concept of advancement, like of kind of implies that there's stuff that needs to be added.
Yeah, I would add to that roles are bogus.
Yeah.
So everything you put after I am is bogus. Doesn't matter if you say like, oh, I am a star seed, or I am a healer, or I am a dentist, I am whatever. Because every time you put yourself in a role, you have to behave a certain way. So you're constricting yourself. And if it's true that you're nameless, formless, shapeless, then you don't have a role. Except for these dogs.
Pascal, can I challenge myself with what you said?
Sure.
So you say, when I say I am, and then you put anything behind it.
After, yeah.
Yeah, after it. I like the I ams, but it's more like a overflowing quantity of all these delicious things I get to choose to tantalize with and be. Because in those things, I explore myself. But I'm not locked into those things. It's more like a flowing existence. So I'm still exploring the I ams. Cause like when I said I just saw my I am stones or pictures of my M stones. And so when I say I am mother, I enjoy being a mother. When I say I am abundance, I bring on that vibration of just infinite overflowing, sharing, giving, abundance of being that river and not a reservoir. When I say I am an artist, my creative energies just like blossom out of my pores and my fingertips, and I love the sensation of that. When I say I'm a true friend, I get to honor that. I recognize my friendship with others, and I I just love that. When I say I'm a muse coach, like it took me a long time to come up with that, because not just life coach, which is important and essential, but out of that grew I am a muse coach. Um, so my I ams are expressions of me. They don't limit me. I don't have to be just one. I'm many. I'm multitudes. So that's where I get to explore.
But it's still limiting. You're limiting yourself to being your body. Your higher self ain't nothing, is everything.
But I feel, and this is just for me, that my higher self seeks outward expression, and it does
Morning.
it through an unlimited expression of I ams.
Our higher selves are all knowing and all whatever wisdom, love, and stuff. So what do you want to experience when you are that limitations? The body is the limiting part. But as soon as you leave your body, you're everything again. I think that's where they say the I ams are limiting, that people identify with it, attach themselves.
Mhm.
Yeah, what I was saying is that it's pretty easy to get typecast in some kind of a 3D identity
Hmm.
and get stuck there.
But what if it can't stuck you no more?
Well, yeah, that happens when you assume a greater meaning than the 3D meaning, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, yeah.
The experience itself is limited.
Yeah.
But it's just an experience of the moment in time, and then there's this next new moment in time, and then there's this experience.
Yep. Unless we fix it, meaning like permanent, rigid, which is probably what we tend to do.
The experience is what we are here for.
Which, yeah, to experience it, that's why, because when you're everything, aren't you really nothing too?
Exactly. So we are between there. We are the something.
Yes.
That's the human condition, being
Yep.
something.
And that's the beauty of it, is that something is what we are. We define it, we create it, and we experience it. And it's to the limitations.
If we find a stage that just brings us pureness of satisfaction, and I'm not going to apologize for that or even feel defined in such a way that I'm limited, because I can put my my paintbrushes away and go get some skis and ride on the slopes.
And it's interesting that when we're in those moments, we don't even think about that. It's all the
Right?
other moments. It's the other moments.
Yeah, like the moment that I have a 10 o'clock appointment and I have to say bye.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful day, you beautiful souls.
Thanks for playing, Sindrell.
Bye, Central.
Thank you. Thank you for all my souvenirs.
Yeah, thank you for pulling them out and giving them back.
Okay, big love,
Bye.
Cinderella.
Big love.
Yeah, when Sindra was talking about painting and then going to the slope, like it is not limited unless like, oh, I have to paint because I gotta make some money. or I have to go to slope so I can get in shape. So if you're just doing things because you just love them, that has no outcome, there's no expectation, then yeah, you're free. You know, like it's, but if like, oh, I'm doing this because of that, then you're stuck. If you have habits, then you're limiting yourself. You're not hearing your heart.
So if you love I am, then that's the freedom.
Yeah.
Even though it is, I will say it's like it is a, I am is a definition. And just by that, definitions are limitations. But we also, gives meaning. Meanings are experiences. We're living for meaning. Not for it, probably living to find it, discover it, experience it. Especially if it's lifetime after lifetime, which is what energy does. It keeps going. It keeps progressing. So the fixedness works against what our nature of energy is. And that's the awareness, right? Is so many people in our lives, our families, our structures, since we were young, defined us. So, said another word, they created who we are. And
Yeah, we
created an
label ourselves
experience.
and we label others.
Yep.
Yeah. He is my healer. Wrong.
And true. As long as we can see both sides of it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's
In the
part of
middle.
me and I'm part of him.
Right? It's just always a circle.
Yeah.
It's just whether it's resolvable or not.
Yeah.
And don't we say that anyway? I mean, we notice with people that are good, love what they do. We don't send people to people that hate their work, that are despise it, that are unhappy with it. It's like you're not going to recommend your best friend to go there.
Mm.
So we hear it, we notice it, like we pick up on the tones, we're just not aware that we do. And sometimes we are. Sometimes our intuition speaks really loud. Or is it the pattern that is speaking really loud?
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah. How do you differentiate, right?
That's right. That's adding definitions between them, right?
Yeah.
It's awareness, the separation between. Patterns are charged. Intuition isn't.
Yeah.
Patterns, charges are loud. Intuition isn't.
Yeah. It's subtle.
Very subtle. And it's not like it drops a little note in there that gives you the directions, the instructions, the step-by-step how-to. No, that's the ego.
Yeah.
That's the patterns, the identities, the labels, the how to whatever the world has told us. Useful in some places. Well, gentlemen, great morning. Thank you.
Yep, great morning. Thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Glad you could join. All right. Till next
Yeah,
time.
thank you all.
Love and hugs.
Right.
Love and
Until
hugs.
next time. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Bye.